The best RPGs have always been a popular gaming genre among gamers. RPGs usually are games where the player has to make decisions, build a narrative, complete character-building challenges to ultimately rise in the game. There are open-world RPGs as well. These RPGs offer a huge world to explore where main and side missions are given and players can upgrade their powers, unlock weapons, and do more with the help of exploration features or side quests. Now, as smartphones are capable of offering a full-fledged gaming experience, we shortlisted some of the best RPGs of all time for your convenience. So, without further ado, let's begin with number 1. Genshin Impact, one of the good RPG games, revolves around the story of Teyvat. You are left in an abandoned world with your siblings, stripe off your powers, and cast into a deep slumber. You have now awakened after ages to find a new world around you. Now you will embark on a journey to seek answers, join forces with a diverse range of characters, and unravel the countless mysteries that Teyvat holds. The player has to harness 7 elements along with his companions and explore every inch of the massive open world. To make one of the good RPG games more exotic, the visuals are just stunning, well supported by compelling characters and a captivating story. With so much going on in the game, one of the best action RPG games is easily one of the top free RPG games to play. Number 2. Banner Saga. The Banner Saga, one of the RPG video games, is a tactical RPG battlefield where the choices made for the play directly make a difference in the gameplay and significantly affect the outcome of the play. The player starts as in this best action RPG a leader who needs to save people from the wrath of enemy clans and vicious drudge soldiers. The fantasy realm incorporates the myths of Vikings and bastions that are abandoned by the gods. The Banner Saga, one of the top puzzle games, is a 2D rotoscope animation RPG game that has hand-drawn combat sequences and soundtracks composed by Austin Wintory, the Grammy-nominated composer. There are more than 25 playable characters in this one of the top role-play games, and every character has a unique personality. The characters are from 7 different classes with different upgrade options. Number 3. Eternium. Eternium, one of the top new RPG games, can be compared to the great classics and is one of the best free games for Android. The RPG game is quite easy to play with its controls like tap to move and swipe to cast. The game is a perfect breeze to help the users during the offline period. One of the top action RPG games lets the user download the content which can help them in offline mode. Its tap-to-move control makes it more like a vintage point-and-click action RPG game and is better than thumbsticks any day. Eternium action RPG games come with in-app purchases and are all up to the player whether he wants to buy additional stuff or not. Other than that, the game is free to play. The one thing that sets this one of the RPG video games apart from similar role-playing games is that the best things in the game can be obtained by playing and not paying. After launching this best online RPG games for Android, the game developers later added other features like real-time multiplayer, a town portal, and a fourth world. Number 4. Fire Emblem Heroes. Another of those best mobile RPGs, the Fire Emblem series by Nintendo, one of the best RPGs, has been ruling out the smart devices gaming for the past 25 years, and still, it's going strong. The action-packed RPG game is precisely customized for touchscreens and has brought all the characters from the Fire Emblem universe. The player of this one of the top RPG games starts his journey from an ongoing battle where there will be existing heroes and many other battle-tested heroes directly from the landscape of the Fire Emblem universe. The RPG game is not a cakewalk to complete, as this one of the top new RPG games contains more than 700 episodes, and with every successful completion of the stage, the player will be rewarded with orbs, which in turn can be used to summon heroes. To help the beginner, one of the best RPGs has an auto-battle option, which will automatically summon the characters as per their needs. Number 5. Darkness Rises. Intense graphics, engaging gameplay, and battles you'd love to handle, all this makes Darkness Rises one of the top offline RPG games of all time. The storyline of this one of the RPG games online goes somewhat like this: you are the savior of the world. The fate of your world lies in your hands and you must protect it from the demons who have come from hell. So you head to hell itself to defeat the demon and save the world. Number 6. Star Wars, KOTOR. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, one of the top free RPG games, is a heroic game that has earned its name among gamers across the world, and finally, the game is launched for mobile users as well. But to maintain the aura of the game, the RPG game offers the same experience as that of the original. To make it happen, the game size is large and requires some patience to download. Once downloaded, the Star Wars game, one of the top free RPG games, can be fully enjoyed on the mobile device. The story revolves around the Galactic Empire, whose Jedi Knights are put to fight against the Sith, and the player is the last hope of the Jedi Order. With all the mighty skills, the player is expected to free his kingdom from the clutches of the dark side. The RPG game includes unique characters, creatures, vehicles, and peculiar planets. There are Star Wars characters like Twi'leks, droids, and Wookiees, which bring the full essence of the epic space opera. Number 8. Another Eden. Another of those iconic free RPG games that will excite you. Another Eden, one of the top action role-playing games, is a true game of adventure and excitement, with real-time shadows and a whole different world to explore. Downloading this game will lead you to a world adventure where you journey across diverse continents and landscapes to find people who were once thought to have been lost forever. Another Eden, one of the best RPGs of all time, offers rich and immersive control quality which has been optimized for mobile play and includes an amazing story that will keep you enthralled during the entire gameplay. The soundtrack created by Yasunori Mitsuda gives the game its uncanny vibes and amp up the gameplay. 9. Heroes of Steel RPG Elite. Much like many other RPG-themed games, Heroes of Steel RPG Elite, one of the best RPGs on Steam, runs on a storyline where the player is the last ray of hope for humanity and sets his journey in the post-apocalyptic medieval world of Steel. But, unlike the best RPGs on Steam where the player has to build a party of 4 characters and combine unique talents in all the characters to make them help in materializing the strategies, there are over 60 levels in which the characters can be transformed into legendary heroes in this one of the best strategy games. One of the top role-playing games online includes 4 episodes and over 120 hours of episodes, in which it witnesses battles across various terrains. Number 10. Final Fantasy Record Keeper. One of the best Android games free to use, Final Fantasy Record Keeper is another of those gifts of RPG where you relive the moments of your Final Fantasy once again. So you get to relive every moment and save the world once again. One of the most sought-after RPG sagas available to play on mobile, the Final Fantasy series, starts from its very first release on December 18, 1987, and until now. There have been 12 different gaming series of this excellent RPG. The game is a mix of adventure and sci-fi fantasy saga where the player is expected to help Cloud and Cecil to stop Sephiroth and Galbez. The game seems like a piece of heroic battle which is derived right out of Wonderland. It doesn't matter if you are looking for medieval fantasy or futuristic sci-fi action, Final Fantasy is simply the best offline mobile RPG Android game for any platform.